Coast Nation, Sunbunan Bafetu. Welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQP. Now, on this video, we will be talking about the latest news, or everything that you need to know about, because there's a lot that we do need to talk about Bafetu, and some of it is quite interesting and quite shocking, to be frank with you. Starting off with Aden McCarthy. Now, this one came in as a bit of a shock and a surprise, but at the end of the day, it is something that we've spoken about. Yes, I did say that nothing has been confirmed in terms of Aden McCarthy, and by the looks of things, it does look like it's not only Aden McCarthy who is leaving Kaizer Chiefs, but also Maccabi Lepo might be leaving. But then I'm yet to confirm the details, because nothing has been, given to me in terms of solidarity or something concrete when it comes to that. So starting off with Aden McCarthy, as I've said, Aden McCarthy is leaving at the end of the season. He has signed with the club from Azerbaijan. The name of the club, I cannot pronounce it, so I'm not gonna bother. But then he has signed, or he has agreed, to go there for a 3-year basis. Actually, it's 3 plus an option. Yes, it's 3 years plus an option, so it's 3 plus 1 year option, like he can be able to trigger. So definitely it looks like this club is very, very invested in terms of Aden McCarthy, which I feel like it's not a surprise. In terms of Aden McCarthy, he's an incredible player. I've said this before, has not been doing so well to the point that people would notice how great or incredible Aden McCarthy is. But then it's fine. At the end of the day, despite losing, one of the greatest young talent, it is the club's motto. It is what the club is looking to do. They're looking to, I know it's not the motto originally, but it's what the club is looking to do in terms of former players, because they want to have players go to other clubs, and they want to grow players and sell them. So I'm not sure how much it was sold for, but one thing I do know is Umfana uyodlala UEFA Champions League, which is incredible. That is very, very incredible. I'm just so excited and happy to hear. Hopefully he's going to go there and us disappointing, and then we give praise to him, because honestly speaking, there's been a lot of praise about TLP Mbogazi, and it's not that Nomona or what, but honestly speaking, Mbogazi has been doing exceptionally well. Chicago Fire. So same as with Aden McCarthy, I wish him the best of luck. And speaking of Aden McCarthy, we will see who's going to come in and replace him. Don't forget, already we have signed a defender, which is Thabo Moloi-Sane from Stellenbosch FC. And speaking of it, Stellenbosch FC, it looks like they are moving in a totally different direction. It's not something that I was expecting. I always looked up to Stellenbosch. They always find players that we think it's just players, but then they end up working very, very well for the club. So currently, as I'm speaking with you, there's a deal in place, between Jabulo Prom and Stellenbosch FC. It looks like Umjita will be joining Stellenbosch FC after his fallout with the club that he was in, because remember, as much as we thought Tinjong by free agent, he's probably coming back to us, but he is not. And I feel like it's a good thing. For me, I feel like it's a good thing. Pressurizer again and again and again and again. At least they are on a different environment. The problem is, those players, whenever they go elsewhere, they start to perform, and they perform like crazy. It's like why Kaizer Chiefs? You understand? That is the biggest problem when it comes to our players going on certain clubs. But anyways, big ups to him and congratulations to him. Singakaphumi lapana kundaba yayo is Stellenbosch. There's also another player, Umjita lapana, Ashley Dupreez. It looks like Stellenbosch have decided to say, you know what, we want to sign you back from Kaizer Chiefs. Yes, he still has a year left on his contract. I think June next year in 2027. I think, he's basically the contract. So with that being said, Umjita lapana Ashley Dupreez on his side, he's undecided. He's like, I'm not certain if I do want to go back to Stellis, but he feels like he wants to try and, prove everyone wrong, prove the coaches wrong. Obviously, I'm talking coaches because already we know Fernando Cruz is the coach. I'm not too sure, but I'm an assistant coaches working in a technical team, but I do think it's the people that are already there. You understand? So how Kaizer Chiefs operate. They don't want to spend a lot of money in terms of other things, and I don't know what's going to happen if Fernando Cruz fails, because if he fails, that would mean we will need a replacement. You understand? And yeah, I don't know, but I've heard some of you saying, Witty, this is a big club, it's a big institution, so it deserves someone who's going to make sure that they get results, same as what Liverpool did. For the longest time ever, I wasn't happy with Arne Slot, and I've been asking Utimara, why is this coach being led to play? Like, for the first time in a long time, Liverpool lost 20 games. That's a lot of games to lose as a club, a big club like Liverpool, which was performing very well, especially from last season. It was simple what he needed to do, but he wanted to introduce a system, which I felt like destroyed whatever it is that Jurgen Klopp did introduce to Liverpool. So yeah, it did not make any sense, but maybe they decided to leave him and then hire a new coach. So yeah, with that, it's understandable. Like, it's understandable. There's no need for defending the coach, Lukiana. Like, you would tell with everything that he was doing. And then yeah, Pris, as I've said, Zomonoti, is he going to decide to go, or will he want to go for preseason with Kaizer Chiefs? I figured about preseason, what can at least he conjure, and then maybe he will agree terms with the Stellenbosch, because Stellenbosch are knocking, they're interested, and they want to buy him off the contract SL 1 year. Obviously, when a player is left with only a year, the contract tends to be not expensive, except for Kaizer Chiefs. For Kaizer Chiefs, it's always expensive. It doesn't matter to sell 2 months or 3 months. It's always expensive. They rather wait for the player to lose or go out of contract and then get in there and sign that player. I know, guys, I might be speaking like I'm being biased or I'm being negative or any, but I'm just simply stating the fact, and I'm just being honest about what we know when it comes to our club of it. As much as you guys love it, I also love it. So I'm speaking about it ngendlela engafaki ama emotions too much, because it is what it is, you understand, at the end of the day. Because I know there's someone already in the comments currently trying to defend no QP bega lana, but at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is we wait for players to become free agents and then we sign them. That is it. You cannot convince me otherwise, and I don't think it's something that is going to change anytime soon, which I don't have a problem with, as long as we sign good players. Same as Thabo Mbuyisana, incredible player. Unless Mangafika Lapana Giti, then he disappoints us, then that will be on him. But for now, he's an incredible player, and I would love to see what he's going to bring into the club. And then last but not least, before I close the video, yes, we've already spoken about Coach Fernando da Cruz, which is signing the 2 years and an option to extend. So I don't know if we are going to lose 5 games in a row as a Tala, what is going to happen, or what is Kaizer Chiefs going to do. But so far, with a lot of you on social media, a lot of you are supporting. You're saying, no, this is good. Finally, we have one single coach. So hopefully it's going to destabilize or create a good space for even the players, because back then it was 2 coaches. You can't have 2 kraals in one home. That doesn't make any sense, understand? So hopefully it's going to work as an advantage, and I'm hoping, because at the end of the day, guys, I might not agree with the decisions that are being taken by the club, but as long as they align with what needs to be done, and Kaizer Chiefs gets to win games and win trophies, because it's all about the winning. And yeah, for me personally, it's not just about the winning, because also I enjoy watching good football, and I believe same thing is going to happen with the coach Fernando Cruz. Is going to play wonderful, marvelous football that we're going to enjoy. and then maybe guess struggle again with what happened, but hopefully things would be a lot more balanced. So speaking in terms of balance, Russian Dortley Bafetu is expected to go, actually not expected, Umela Hambe and Abajita when they go to preseason for the full entire preseason, which obviously is good news. And also Umfanagubo, Emile Dortley, I think it's Emile Dortley, finally has signed with Kaizer Chiefs because of the ongoing cases nanani begafuna ukuphuma from that team, that club lengafuna ukuyeka ama player hambe, and then to come to Enachurena, which it was a bit difficult, but now finally everything is solid. So big ups to them. I can't wait to see Russian Dortley back in the game. Can't wait to see the players going back to a preseason. Obviously we are going to Europe with the rumors, actually not rumors, it's something that is coming from a close source of mine saying we might be competing with some of the best teams Europe, but he did also mention we are going to Germany, which is quite interesting. Which clubs are we going to play there? That are great clubs, I honestly don't know, but so when what are they going to do? I'm just hoping we don't play second tier division, because at the end of the day that doesn't challenge us that much. You saw when we went to the Netherlands, things were a lot more completely different than the first preseason as a take, and it's something people are not ready for. It's another conversation a lot of people are not ready for, so I'm not going to dwell much in terms of that. But so far Aden McCarthy is gone Bafetu. It's a done deal. Forget about him. Next season, obviously we'll see him wearing a different jersey for the club that he's going to. We have Unjabula Blom, who's going to Stellenbosch FC. Also Ashley Dupree's chances are he might go to Stellenbosch FC. Now depending on whether he does decide to go, but so far with what we are getting is that he doesn't want to go. He still wants to fight for his position in Now remember, we still have Okanye Samayo. Yes, there's a situation. Okanye Samayo, Etiosa Igudaro, Teshrik Morris. Obviously I've told you guys many times before about Teshrik Morris. I don't know why a lot of you keep this thing in mind. To Teshrik Morris, a contract it expires now. No guys, contract Teshrik Morris, it expires late. I think maybe it's because there's clubs that have been interested in signing him, or Devon City. I'm not even sure if it was Kukuna, but there was another club that was interested in signing Teshrik Morris, and then the deal fell through. He did not want to go, honestly speaking. So that is something. Contract runs up until 2028, if I'm not mistaken, or 2027. Maybe it still has a year or 2 years. I'm not too sure, but one thing I do know, contract is not coming to an end right now or anytime soon. So yeah, he's not going anywhere. But there are other players whose contract are coming to an end. So far, Kwinika has been eliminated from the list. We do have Bruce Vuma. For me, as I've said earlier on, I wouldn't mind to see Vuma leaving the club. We have Tarapana Gaston Serino. We have Pule Modi. I think George Matlo is also there. George Matlo contract is coming to an end. We have who else? I know there's a lot of players, but I just forgot. But maybe even a defender, Dylan Solomon's contract is coming to an end. I don't know who else, but yeah, as a corner Yama players, maybe one or two whose contracts are coming to an end at March or June, because of today already it's the 1st of June. So with that being said, Bafetu, thank you so much for watching. I hope I've given you everything that you need to know about and ngendlela ezwakalayo in a good way and a good manner. Can't wait to see the boys go preseason. I wished I could go with them, but at the end of the day, ngizamile ngahluleka Bafetu. But next time, obviously, yeah, nakanjani. Peace.